So today we are doing 60 hard PSI-style real estate exam questions that trick a lot of students. No long intro and no fluff.
We'll show you the question first, then try to answer before we reveal the correct answer, okay?
Then we'll explain the trap, the legal principle, and the memory anchor.
Don't just memorize the letter. Learn the patterns.
Because on the real exam, the wording changes, but the trap usually stays the same.
And before we begin, keep track of your score. These are not basic vocabulary questions. Each one is designed to test whether you can apply the concept when two answers appear correct. Pause before every explanation, select your answer, and stay until the end to see what your score says about your exam readiness. Let's begin.
Question 1. A seller tells the listing agent that the home had a serious plumbing leak 6 months ago. The seller says it was repaired and tells the agent, don't bring it up unless the buyer will ask. What should the listing agent do? Is it A, let the home inspector discover it, B, stay silent because the repair was completed, C, disclose the prior leak if it is a material fact, and D, tell the buyer only if the buyer asks? Pause if you need more time. The correct answer is C. Disclose the prior leak if it's a material fact. The trap is thinking repaired means irrelevant. And that's not always true. If the issue could affect a reasonable buyer's decision to buy, negotiate, inspect further, or cancel it, it is a material fact. The seller is the client, but the agent can't conceal a known material fact. Memory anchor. Material fact equals disclosure. Question 2. A buyer tells an agent, I only want to live in a neighborhood where people are like me culturally. The agent now shows homes only in areas where people of the buyer's national origin commonly live. What has the agent most likely done here? Is it A, engaged in steering, B, properly followed the buyer's instruction, C, created a valid buyer's agency relationship, or is it D, practiced redlining? The correct answer is A. This is steering. The trap is thinking the agent is safe because the buyer asked for it. But an illegal instruction is not something that an agent may follow. National origin is a protected class. The agent should redirect the buyer to objective property criteria, such as the price, bedrooms, commute, condition, amenities, and property facts are safe. People facts are dangerous. Memory anchor, protected class plus neighborhood direction equals steering. Question 3. A buyer and seller sign a purchase contract. The buyer still needs loan approval, inspections, appraisal, and closing. What is this contract called at this stage? Is it A, void, B, unilateral, C, executed, or is it D, executory? The correct answer is D. The contract is executory. The trap is the word signed. Many students think signed means executed, but executed means fully performed. And here, the contract is signed, but performance is still pending. Your memory anchor? Signed but unfinished equals executory. Question 4. A buyer gives earnest money to a salesperson on Friday. The offer is accepted on Saturday. The salesperson keeps the check in a desk drawer until the broker returns on Wednesday. Now, what is the main issue here? Is it A, earnest money is never allowed? Is it B, the salesperson may have failed to properly deliver trust funds? Is it C, the buyer must give the money directly to the seller? Or D, the earnest money belongs to the salesperson until closing? The correct answer is B. The salesperson may have failed to properly deliver trust funds. Now, trust funds must be handled properly and promptly according to the law, contract, and brokerage policy. The trap is thinking the money was safe because it stayed in the drawer. But the desk drawer is not a proper trust fund handling. Memory anchor, trust funds move quickly and stay separate. Question 5. A broker deposits a tenant security deposit into the brokerage operation account because the broker plans to transfer it later on. Now, what has occurred? A. Commingling, B. Puffing, C. Novation, or D. Subordination? The correct answer is A. This is commingling. Commingling means mixing client, customer, or tenant funds with business or personal funds. The excuse "I was going to move it later" does not fix the violation. Mixing funds is commingling. Now, using funds wrongfully, that is called conversion. Your memory anchor? Mixing money equals commingling. Using money equals conversion. Question 6. An agent says, "This is probably the best view in the city." Later, the buyer complains because another property has a better view. Now, what is the agent's statement most likely? A. Fraud, B. Redlining, C. A material defect, or D. Puffing? The correct answer is D. This is puffing. The trap is confusing opinion with fact. The best view is usually, and it's subjective sales talk. But if the agent says this view legally protected and can never be blocked, now that is actually a factual statement. False facts can become misrepresentation. A memory anchor, opinion equals puffing. False fact equals misrepresentation. Question 7. A broker represents a seller. A buyer also wants the same broker to represent them in a purchase. Now, what is required before the broker may act as a dual agent where allowed? Is it A. Consent from the seller only, B. Nothing because one broker may always represent both sides, C. Disclosure and informed consent, or D. Consent from the buyer only? The correct answer is C. Dual agency requires disclosure and informed consent. The trap is thinking one broker can automatically help both sides. But buyer and the seller, they have opposing interests. Memory anchor, dual agency equals disclosure, explain, and get consent. Question 8. A brokerage appoints one agent to represent the buyer and another agent in the same brokerage to represent the seller. What is this commonly called? A. A universal agency, B. Designated agency, C. Sub-agency, or D. Agency by ratification? The correct answer is, that's B. This is designated agency. The trap is choosing dual agency too quickly. Designated agency, that is more specific. Different agents within the same brokerage that are appointed to represent different clients. Memory anchor, the same brokerage, appointed agents, designated agency. Question 9. A cooperating broker works with the buyer but owes fiduciary duties to the seller through the listing broker. What is this relationship called? A. A buyer agency, B. Property management, C. Transaction brokerage, or D. Sub-agency? The correct answer is D. This is sub-agency. A sub-agent is an agent of an agent. The sub-agent may work with the buyer but legally owes duties to the seller. The exam is asking who the agent legally represents, not who the agent is being nice to. Your memory anchor? Sub-agent serves the original principle. Question 10. A buyer tells the agent they would pay up to $30,000 more than the offer price. After the agency relationship ends, may the agent reveal that to the seller? A. No. Confidentiality generally survives agency termination. B. Yes, because the agency ended. C. Yes, if the seller asks. or D, no unless the buyer is late to closing. The correct answer is A. Confidentiality generally survives the agency relationship. The trap is thinking that all duties end when agency ends. Some duties may end, but confidential client information usually remains protected. Memory anchor: confidentiality continues. Congratulations, you just finished the first 10. If you missed a few, that's okay. That means that you're finding the traps now and not on the exam day. Take a breath. Now we go deeper into contracts. Question 11. The seller receives an offer. The seller changes the closing date, initials the change, and sends it back to the buyer. Now what is this? A. An assignment, B. Acceptance, C. A counteroffer, or D. An executed contract. Correct answer is C. This is a counteroffer. Acceptance must match the offer. Changing a material term like closing date, the price, financing, or contingencies, that creates a counteroffer. Memory anchor: change the offer creates a counteroffer. A buyer submits an offer. Before the seller accepts, the buyer withdraws the offer and notifies the seller. What has occurred? A. A breach, B. Specific performance, D. Novation, or D. Revocation. The correct answer is D. This is revocation. An offer can generally be withdrawn before acceptance unless an enforceable option or agreement keeps it open. The trap is choosing breach. There is no contract yet if the offer was not accepted. Memory anchor: withdraw before acceptance equals revocation. Question 13. A buyer pays a seller $2,000 for the exclusive right to purchase a property within 30 days. The seller may not sell to anyone else during that time. Now, what type of contract is this? A. An option contract, B. A lease, C. A listing agreement, or D. An installment contract. The correct answer is A. This is an option contract. An option gives a buyer the right but not the obligation to buy within a certain time. The seller is bound to keep the option open and the buyer bought time. Your memory anchor: option equals right, not obligation. Question 14. A buyer and a seller mutually agree to cancel a purchase contract and return both parties to their original positions. What is this called? A. Novation, B. An assignment, C. Rescission, or D. Subordination. The correct answer is C. This is rescission. The rescission cancels the contract and restores the parties as much as possible. Now your exam trap is confusing rescission with novation. Rescission cancels, but novation replaces. Memory anchor: rescission equals cancel and restore. Question 15. A buyer under contract wants another buyer to take their place. The seller agrees to release the original buyer and accept the new buyer instead. What is this called? A. An assignment, B. A breach, C. Subordination, or D. Novation. The correct answer is D. This is novation. The keyword is release. Novation substitutes for a new party or agreement and releases the original party from the liability. Memory anchor: new party plus release equals novation. Question 16. A buyer transfers rights under a purchase contract to another buyer, but the original buyer may still remain liable unless released. What is this? A. Foreclosure, B. Assignment, C. Novation, or D. Rescission. The correct answer is B. This is an assignment. The assignment transfers the rights, but it does not automatically release the original party from liability. The exam loves assignment versus novation. Memory anchor: assignment transfers rights, novation releases liability. Question 17. A contract states that if the buyer defaults, the seller may keep the earnest money as agreed remedy. What is this called? A. punitive damages, B. specific performance, C. actual notice, or D. liquidated damages? The correct answer is D. These are liquidated damages. Liquidated damages are agreed to in advance. The trap is choosing punitive damages. Punitive damages, they punish. Liquidated damages are pre-agreed. Memory anchor, pre-agreed damages equal liquidated damages. Question 18. A seller refuses to close after signing a valid purchase contract. Now the buyer sues to force the seller to complete the sale. What remedy is the buyer seeking? A. specific performance, B. liquidated damages, C. subordination, or D. acceleration? The correct answer is A. This is specific performance. The buyer is asking the court to force the seller to perform the contract. Because real estate is unique, money may not be enough. The buyer is saying, I don't just want the money, I want the house. Memory anchor, force the contract to happen, that equals specific performance. Question 19. A buyer and a seller orally agree to the sale of the house. Later, one party refuses to proceed. What legal issue is most likely? A. The oral agreement is always valid. B. The broker can sign for both parties. C. The agreement becomes a lease automatically. Or D. The agreement may be unenforceable because real estate sales contracts, they are generally must be in writing. The correct answer is D. This is the statute of fraud. Certain contracts must be in writing in order to be enforceable. Real estate contracts are a major example for that. Memory anchor, real estate sale contract equals get it in writing. A person declared legally incompetent signs a contract to sell real estate. What is the likely status of this contract? Is it A. voidable, B. void, C. executed, or D. unilateral only? The correct answer is B. The contract is generally void. The trap is confusing void with voidable. A minor's contract is often voidable. A legally declared incompetent person generally lacks capacity, making the contract void. Memory anchor, void means invalid. Voidable means one party has a choice. You just finished 20 questions. Notice how the exam actually keeps testing the tiny words, signed, released, before acceptance, in writing. Now that's the game. Small words change the answer. Now, take a breath and let's keep going. Question 21. A deed says this property is conveyed to the city so long as it is used as a public park. What type of ownership is created? A. Fee simple absolute. B. Life estate. C. Fee simple defeasible. Or D. Leasehold estate. The correct answer is C. This is a fee simple defeasible. The clue is as long as. That means ownership has a condition attached. Fee simple absolute has no condition like this. Your memory anchor, conditional ownership equals defeasible. Question 22. Maria grants property to Leo for Leo's lifetime, then to Nina. What interest does Nina have? A. A life estate. B. An easement in gross. C. Leasehold estate. D. A remainder interest. The correct answer is D. Nina has a remainder interest. Leo has the life estate. Nina receives the property after Leo's life estate ends. Memory anchor. After the life tenant comes the remainder man. Question 23. A property owner grants a life estate to a friend, but does not name anyone to receive the property after the friend dies. What does the original owner retain? A. A reversion. B. A remainder. C. An easement. Or D. Lien. The correct answer is A. The original owner retains a reversion. If property goes to a third party after the life estate, Now that's called a remainder. If it goes back to the grantor, that is called reversion. Your memory anchor, back to grantor equals reversion. Question 24. Two people own property as joint tenants. One dies. The deceased owners will leave everything to a child. Who receives the deceased owner's interest? A, the child, B, the state, C, surviving joint tenant, or D, the lender? The correct answer is C. The surviving joint tenant receives the interest. Joint tenancy includes the right of survivorship. The will, that is a distraction. The property interest passes to the surviving joint tenant, not through the will. Memory anchor, joint tenancy survives. Question 25. Three investors own property as tenants in common. One investor dies. What happens to the investor's interest? A, it disappears. B, it passes according to the investor's will or estate. C, it automatically goes to the other investors. Or D, it becomes a lease. The correct answer is B. Tenancy in common does not include the right of survivorship. Each owner's interest can be sold, can be transferred, or inherited. Memory anchor, tenancy in common equals inheritable share. Question 26. A corporation owns an office building by itself. What form of ownership is this? A, joint tenancy. B, tenancy by the entirety. C, tenancy in common. Or D, tenancy in severalty. The correct answer is D. This is ownership in severalty. Severalty sounds like several people, but it means ownership by one person or by one legal entity. A corporation can own property in severalty. Memory anchor, one owner equals severalty. Question 27. A parcel of land has the right to use the neighboring parcel's driveway. That right benefits the land itself and transfers with ownership. What type of easement is this? A, an easement in gross. B, a license. C, an easement opportunent. Or D, a lien. The correct answer is C. This is an easement opportunent. It benefits the land itself. There's a dominant estate that benefits and a servient estate that is burdened. Memory anchor, benefit land equals opportunent. Question 28. A utility company has the right to run power lines across private land. The right benefits the company and not a neighboring parcel. What type of easement is this? A, an easement in gross. B, an easement opportunent. C, a license. Or D, an encroachment. The correct answer is A. This is an easement in gross. It benefits a person, company, or an entity, not another parcel of land. And utility easements, they are classic examples. Memory anchor, benefits a person or company equals easement in gross. Question 29. A survey shows that a neighbor's fence extends 2 feet onto the owner's land. What is this called? A, an easement. B, a license. C, a variance. Or D, an encroachment. The correct answer is D. This is an encroachment. An encroachment, that is an unauthorized physical intrusion onto another person's property. The key clue is the fence crossing the boundary line. Memory anchor, physical invasion equals encroachment. Question 30. A person openly, continuously, and without permission uses another person's land for the statutory period and meets all the legal requirements. What may the person claim? Is it A, an easement by necessity only? B, a license? C. Adverse possession? Or is it D. Subordination? The correct answer is C. This is adverse possession. The trap is the word hostile. Hostile does not actually mean angry. It means without the true owner's permission. Permission usually defeats adverse possession. Memory anchor: open use without permission over time may lead to adverse possession. Whew. Now that was ownership and property rights. If these feel confusing, remember this: the exam loves future interests, survivorship, and whether the right benefits the land or the person. Now, again, take a breath. And now we move into deeds, titles, liens, appraisal, and math. Question 31. The deed gives the buyer the strongest protection against title defects, including defects that existed before the grantor owned the property. Is it A. a quitclaim deed, B. a sheriff's deed, C. general warranty deed, or D. a bargain and sell deed? The correct answer is C. A general warranty deed gives the strongest protection. The grantor makes the broad warranties about title, including past title defects before the grantor owned the property. Memory anchor: general warranty that equals greatest protection. Question 32. A deed guarantees that the grantor did not create title defects during the grantor's ownership, but does not warrant against earlier defects. What type of deed is this? A. a special warranty deed, B. a general warranty deed, C. a quitclaim deed, or D. a gift deed? The correct answer is A. This is a special warranty deed. The grantor promises only for the period of ownership, not for the entire history of the property. Your memory anchor: special warranty equals my ownership period only. Question 33. A grantor transfers whatever interest they may have in a property with no warranties. What deed is used? A. a general warranty deed, B. a special warranty deed, C. a trust deed, or D. a quitclaim deed? The correct answer is D. This is a quitclaim deed. It transfers whatever interest the grantor has, if any, with no warranties. Maybe treasure, it may be heir, and here's the memory anchor: quitclaim equals no promises. Question 34. A buyer discovers an unresolved ownership claim before closing. The buyer is concerned the title can't be transferred free from reasonable doubt. What issue is involved? A. functional obsolescence, B. marketable title, C. police power, or D. puffing? The correct answer is B. This involves marketable title. Marketable title means title reasonably free from serious defects, claims, or doubts. The unresolved ownership claims create the issue. Memory anchor: title free from reasonable doubt equals marketable title. Question 35. A buyer wants protection from certain unknown title defects discovered after closing. What should the buyer obtain? A. a home warranty, B. hazard insurance, C. property tax exemption, or D. title insurance? The correct answer is D. Title insurance protects against covered title defect. Hazard insurance protects against physical damage. A home warranty may cover systems or appliances. Title insurance protects ownership. Memory anchor: title insurance protects the right to own. Question 36. A deed is valid between a grantor and a grantee but is not recorded. What is the main risk? A. The grantee may lose priority against later claims depending on recording law. B. The deed is automatically void. C. The property becomes government owned. Or D. The sale price becomes invalid. The correct answer is A. Recording gives public notice and helps establish priority. The trap is thinking an unrecorded deed is automatically void. It may still be valid between the grantor and the grantee, but risky against third parties. Memory anchor: recording equals public notice. Question 37. A property has a mortgage lien recorded first and then a property tax lien recorded later. Now, which lien generally has priority? A. A mortgage lien. B. A judgment lien. C. A mechanics lien always. Or D. A property tax lien. The correct answer is D. The property tax lien generally has priority. The trap is first in time, first in right. That rule often matters, but tax liens are a major exemption. Memory anchor: property tax liens usually come first. Question 38. A contractor improves a homeowner's property but is not paid. What type of lien may the contractor file? A. A property tax lien. B. A mechanics lien. C. A mortgage lien. Or D. An attachment lien. The correct answer here is B. This is a mechanics lien. Mechanics lien protects those who provide labor, materials, and improvements to real property and are not paid. Memory anchor: work on property and unpaid equals mechanics lien. Question 39. Which of the following is a voluntary lien? A. A property tax lien. B. A judgment lien. C. A mortgage lien. Or is it D. A mechanics lien? The correct answer is C. That's a mortgage lien. A mortgage lien is voluntary. The borrower agrees to pledge the property as collateral. The others are generally involuntary. Memory anchor: mortgage equals voluntary lien. Question 40. An appraiser values a recently built public library with few comparable sales. Which appraisal approach is likely most useful here? Is it A. A cost approach. B. A sales comparison approach. C. The income approach. Or is it D. The gross rent multiplier? The correct answer is A. That is the cost approach, which is most likely useful here. It is often used for newer or for special purpose or unique properties where there are just a few comparable sales. Your memory anchor: unique property, a home that equals its value because it has 5 bedrooms. You just finished one bath. Now this is where most students are getting tired, but the exam does not reward tired answers. So stay sharp, take a breath, and now we move into depreciation, math, loans, and leases. Question 41. What type of depreciation is this? A. Physical deterioration. B. External obsolescence. C. Functional obsolescence. Or D. Economic appreciation. The correct answer is C. This is functional obsolescence. The house is not necessarily broken. The problem is the layout and utility. 5 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. That's an internal design problem. Your memory anchor: bad designs equal functional obsolescence. Question 42. A property loses value because a landfill is built nearby. What type of depreciation is this? A. External obsolescence. B. Physical deterioration. C. Functional obsolescence. Or D. Curable depreciation. The correct answer is A. This is external obsolescence. The problem comes from outside the property. The owner usually cannot fix the landfill. Memory anchor: outside problem equals external obsolescence. Question 43. An apartment building has net operating income of $72,000 and sells for $900,000. What is the capitalization rate? Is it A. 6%, B. 9%, C. 7%, or is it D. 8%? The correct answer is D. Cap rate equals the NOI divided by value. 72,000 divided by 900,000, that equals 0.08. That equals 0.08, and that is 8%. Memory anchor, cap rate equals the NOI divided by value. Question 44. A property has net operating income of $84,000 and the market cap rate is 7%. What is the estimated value? A. $588,000, B. $1,200,000, C. $1 million, or is it D. $1,428,521? The correct answer is B. Value equals the NOI divided by its cap rate. 84,000 divided by 0.07, that equals 1,200,000. The trap is multiplying. Don't panic multiply. Your memory anchor, value equals NOI divided by rate. Question 45. A buyer purchases a home for $500,000 and makes a $125,000 down payment. Now, what is the LTV ratio, the loan to value ratio? Is it A, 75%, B, 25%, C, 70%, or is it D, 80%? The correct answer is A. First, find the loan amount, 500,000 minus 125,000, that equals 375,000. Then divide the loan amount by the purchase price. 375,000 divided by 500,000, that equals 75%. Memory anchor, LTV equals loan divided by value. Question 46. A borrower pays 3% points on a $280,000 loan. How much are those points? A. $840, B. $2,800, C. $84,000, or is it D. $8,400? The correct answer is D. 1 point equals 1% of the loan amount. Therefore, 3 points equal 3%. 280,000 times 3%, that equals 8,400. Memory anchor, points are based on the loan amount. Question 47. A borrower has an interest-only loan of $360,000 at 5% annual interest. Now, what is the monthly interest payment? A. $1,250, B. $1,500, C. $1,800, or D. $2,000? The correct answer is B. Annual interest is $360,000 times 5%. That equals $18,000. Divide that by 12 and your monthly interest is $1,500. Memory anchor, annual interest divided by 12 equals the monthly interest. Question 48. A loan payment includes principal and interest and will fully pay off the loan by the end of the term. Now, what type of loan is this? A. An interest-only loan, B. A balloon loan, C. A fully amortized loan, or D. A construction loan? The correct answer is C. This is a fully amortized loan. It pays principal and interest, so the balance reaches zero at the end of the loan term. Memory anchor, fully amortized equals fully paid off. Question 49. A loan has monthly payments based on a long amortization schedule, but the remaining balance is due after 5 years. What is the large final payment called? Is it A. a discount point, B. escrow payment, C. defeasance payment, or is it D. balloon payment? The correct answer is D. This is a balloon payment. The regular payments do not fully pay off the loan by the due date, so a large final payment remains. Memory anchor, large final payment equals balloon. Question 50. A homeowner sells a property without the lender's approval. The loan documents allow the lender to demand full repayment when the property is transferred. What clause is this? A. acceleration clause, B. a release clause, C. due on sale clause, or D, subordination clause? The correct answer is C. This is a due on sale clause. The trigger is the sale or transfer of the property. Remember, don't confuse it with acceleration. Acceleration is usually tied to a default. Your memory anchor: sale triggers due on sale. Default triggers acceleration. You are at question 50. Congratulations. Only 10 left. And this is where you prove that you can stay focused. Most students don't fail because they don't know nothing. They fail because they rush when they are tired. Take one breath and finish strong. Question 51. A borrower defaults on the mortgage. The lender declares the entire loan balance is due immediately. Which clause allows this? A, the abandon clause. B, acceleration clause. C, defeasance clause. Or is it D, escalation clause? The correct answer is B. This is the acceleration clause. The borrower defaulted. Therefore, the lender can accelerate the loan and demand the full balance immediately. Memory anchor: default speeds up the debt. A tenant signs a lease beginning June 1st and ending August 31st. What type of leasehold estate is this? A, a periodic tenancy. B, tenancy at will. C, estate for years. Or is it D, tenancy at sufferance? The correct answer is C. This is an estate for years. The trap is the word years. It does not have to last for years. It only needs a definite beginning and a definite ending date. Your memory anchor: a definite end dates equal estate for years. Question 53. A tenant rents month to month and the lease automatically renews until either party gives proper notice. What type of tenancy is this? A, periodic tenancy. B, an estate for years. C, tenancy at sufferance. Or D, an estate insolvency. The correct answer is A. This is periodic tenancy. It continues from period to period, like month to month, until properly terminated. Memory anchor: renews automatically equals periodic tenancy. Question 54. A tenant's lease ends, but the tenant refuses to leave. The landlord hasn't agreed to the new lease. Now what is this? A, tenancy at will. B, joint tenancy. C, a tenancy in common. Or is it D, tenancy at sufferance? The correct answer is D. This is tenancy at sufferance. The tenant entered legally, but is now staying without permission after the lease ended. Memory anchor: holdover without permission equals sufferance. Question 55. A restaurant tenant installs commercial ovens for business use. Before the lease ends, the tenant removes them and repairs any damage. What are the ovens most likely? A, encroachments. B, emblements. C, trade fixtures. Or D, easements. The correct answer is C. They are trade fixtures. Trade fixtures are items that are installed by the tenant for business purposes. They are usually removable before the lease ends if removal does not cause any unrepaired damage. The trap is thinking anything attached must stay. Your memory anchor: business items installed by the tenant equals trade fixture. Question 56. A farmer leases land and plants annual crops. Before harvest, the lease ends unexpectedly. What are the crops generally called? A, fixtures. B, emblements. C, easements. Or D, opportunities. The correct answer is B. These are emblements. Emblements are annual crops produced by labor. They may belong to the tenant farmer even after the lease ends, depending on the situation. Memory anchor: farmers' annual crops equal emblements. Question 57. A property manager collects rent, hires, repairs, handles tenant complaints, and operates the property for the owner. Now, what type of agency relationship is this most likely? A, universal agency. B, special agency, C, agency by estoppel only, or D, general agency? The correct answer is D. This is general agency. A property manager usually has ongoing authority to handle a range of tasks for a property owner. A special agent is usually authorized for one specific transaction. Your memory anchor: property manager equals general agent. Question 58. An agent is authorized only to list and sell one specific property for a seller. What type of agent is this? A special agent, B, a universal agent, C, a general agent, or is it D, a general partner? The correct answer is A. This is a special agent. A real estate broker hired to sell one property usually has limited authority for that specific transaction. Your memory anchor: one transaction equals special agent. A broker tells a homeowner your property is worth exactly $700,000 without explaining that it is only an opinion of value. The homeowner relies on it as a formal valuation. Now, what is the safest exam concept? Is it A, puffing, B, redlining? Is it C, a broker price opinion, or a CMA, a comparable market analysis, and not an appraisal? Or is it D, novation? The correct answer is C. A broker may give a CMA, a comparable market analysis, or a broker price opinion where allowed. But it's not the same as an appraisal unless performed by a licensed or by a certified appraiser under the applicable law. The trap is confusing agent pricing advice with a formal appraisal. Your memory anchor: agent pricing opinion is not automatically an appraisal. Question 60. A buyer asks, is this a good neighborhood for families like mine? The agent responds, this area has mostly family with young children, so you would fit in well. What is the biggest concern? A, the agent may have made a fair housing violation. B, the agent gave an objective property fact. C, the agent created a mortgage lien. Or D, the agent properly disclosed agency. The correct answer is A. The agent may have created a fair housing issue. Remember, familial status is a protected class under the fair housing law. Agents should always avoid steering buyers based on protected classes and characteristics. The much safer response here is to provide objective property information and let the buyer decide. Those could be property facts and not people facts. Your memory anchor: protected class guidance creates fair housing risk. That was 60 hard PSI-style real estate exam questions. And if you missed a few, don't get discouraged. That is the point of practice, right?
Right. The real exam is not only testing what you know, it is testing whether you can slow down, read carefully, and spot the trap. Remember the pattern.
Material facts must be disclosed. Agency relationships matter. Contracts turn on small words.
Title and ownership questions test legal rights. Math questions test formulas, not panic.
And fair housing questions test whether you can stay objective. If this has helped you, subscribe to the Real Estate Pro Academy channel. I am building this channel to help you pass the real estate exam and become a stronger real estate professional. I'll see you in the next lesson. Aloha.